Hi, I'm Crystal, and I'm here with this month's One Sketch Challenge with a card and a junk journal page following the sketch provided by Lisa at Crafting Diva. I've got all of the participants linked in the description box below, and I hope you will check out their takes on this month's sketch. I started by looking at the sketch and trying to work out the measurements for my preferred card size. Y'all, why? Why did the USA not go on the metric system? I remember taking classes when I was a kid because we were going on the metric system. And I looked it up. There was a law passed in the U.S. pushing us to the metric system in 1975. And so that's why I remember these classes. And we were doing it. We were going to go metric. And then President Reagan in the 90s, I guess, kneecapped the whole effort. And we didn't go metric. And I realized that I could just flip my ruler over to the other side and use millimeter measurements, but the base paper is still marked in inches, and so it just doesn't help me. And y'all, the math for trying to work this out, I couldn't do it using inches. I could not do it. So finally, I just punted, and I went to my collection of dies, and I got out some dies that I thought were reasonably close to the shapes that were on the sketch, and die cut some pieces of paper so I could do this. So I've got a rectangular base with a little stitched edge, and then I cut some banner shapes, little fishtail banner shapes for the two longer rectangles. And then I got out some label dies for the smaller and larger rectangles. So I've got all the supplies linked in the description box if you want to know which dies I was using. But after I got everything die cut, let's see the finished card. So the finished card is still in these purple shades. I thought that was a beautiful Easter look. I put it on a contrasting yellow card base, and I put a little bit of light yellow rayon trim here and a little yellow button. I thought that was a nice contrast, and I used a matching yellow envelope for an Easter feel to my card. So I thought that turned out really nicely and faithfully following the sketch, even though my math skills clearly are subpar. So after I completed the card, I turned my attention to my junk journal. I wanted to do a junk journal page as well. So I got out my junk journal, and just thinking about the season, I wanted to celebrate what was going on in the world at this point in the year. And so my junk journal page is about our spring garden. So this is a mixed media piece. I painted the carrots using acrylic paint, so I get a nice opaque finish on the carrots. I used a seed packet for something we actually have in our garden for the larger rectangle in the sketch. And then all of the background is watercolor. So I've got the words and the little seed packet there and the background all in watercolor. So to get the letters, I have some letters that I cut out from magazines, and I just put those down on the page and drew around them with a pencil to get the letter shapes. And then I left those blank and painted around them to get my phrase on the page. Thought that worked out pretty well. My hand lettering skills are also right there with my math skills. So I wanted to be able to read the words on this junk journal page. But I am excited about the garden. My husband does all the planting, so I'm excited to see what we get. So here's my finished card and my junk journal page. I'd like to thank Lisa for hosting this collaboration. I certainly have enjoyed seeing all of the participants' creative takes on these sketches. They are all wildly different, so it's really enjoyable to see how everyone interprets them, and I hope you will check them all out. Thanks for joining me today.